Hi everybody. Today I thought I'd hop on and do a quick video. It's going to be a cooking video and I'm going to show you how I make my homemade barbecue sauce. It's probably going to be kind of a quick one. I have to apologize today. This is going to be posted on Friday. I didn't get my Tuesday video done because, as you can hear, I've been very much under the weather and I completely lost my voice and I've pretty much been in bed. This is the first day that I feel up to myself, even close to it, in 7 days. So this is day 7 of the flu. So anyway, I'm going to hop on today and show you how I do my homemade barbecue sauce. Okay, so here we go. Okay guys, so here I am getting ready to make the barbecue sauce. Here's my recipe. I've got my empty ketchup bottle that I've used for years. This is my barbecue ketchup. It's an old ketchup bottle that I just keep reusing. I've got ketchup, brown sugar, vinegar, and oil. The only oil I use is olive oil. You guys can use whatever you want. But anyway, this is my first bottle of ketchup, and I had a little bit in the bottom. So I just wanted to show you guys what I do. I put water in it to get all the little scrids, everything I can of the ketchup out. And I don't want to waste anything of the ketchup. So I just wanted to show that to you. And so I'm going to add all my ingredients and I will boil it on the stove. And once I get on the stove, I'll show you guys what I do. Okay guys, so I've got my, excuse me, my ketchup, my oil, my vinegar, and I got that all ketchup, oil, vinegar, brown sugar. Oh yeah, brown sugar. So anyway, this is what I put in it. I only have just a few ingredients. This is my mother's recipe. And I've got it all in a big pot. You want it in a bigger pot because this is going to be like super duper hot liquid once it gets going. You're supposed to bring it to a boil. And I do try to do that, or I get it awfully close to a boil, but I stir constantly. I stay right over it. I put it over medium heat because with all the sugar in this, it is going to be like super duper hot, and that sugar makes it, I swear, even hotter. And it's got a thick consistency, so it likes to spatter. So you need to keep it on medium, no higher. But don't go lower because then it'll take a long time to do it. So I stand right over it. I do not leave. I don't go answer the phone. I don't go watch TV. I don't answer my text messages. I just stay right over it because if you don't, with all that sugar in it, it could scorch. And the worst part though is the spattering. And if this liquid spatters on you, it's really, really hot. So you kind of want to stand right over it. Even though it's only on medium heat, stand right over it and let it, get it at least super hot, if not boiling, super duper hot, close to a boil. So like I said, guys, I use regular ketchup, just whatever ketchup I use, whatever I have on hand. And for sweetener for the sugar in it, it calls for brown sugar, but I use Truvia brown sugar, which Truvia, I don't know if you guys know, but Truvia is a cross between, it's a combination of stevia and regular sugar. So it's regular brown sugar and stevia. So, and then I use apple cider vinegar, but if I have white vinegar on hand, I use that too. I'm not fussy about what I use for vinegar. And then oil, like I said, the only oil I keep in the house is olive oil. But you can use whatever oil you want. Now, I know some people who like to have liquid smoke in their barbecue sauce, or they like some kind of heat in it, or they like, what was I going to say, herbs and stuff like that. Mine's pretty basic. This is what I grew up with, and I'm used to it. Everybody in my family knows, they always say, is that Mom's barbecue sauce? So it's kind of tradition in our family to have this one. So this is the one I'm used to, but you guys can do, anything that whatever your heart desires. But try this one. This is a really good recipe. So I'm just going to let this heat up. I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'll come back on when it's close to bottling up. Okay, you guys, it's cooking away here. I think it's getting close to being done. It's not boiling yet, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. It is steaming, so this is critical at this point. Don't leave it. Don't, stay right with it. I can't stress that enough, guys, because you don't want this spattering all over your kitchen. Makes a mess of your kitchen, but it hurts when it does that. So don't walk away. And what was I going to say? Shoot, I lost my train of thought. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just about ready to take off. It's not at a boil yet, but it is close enough. And the reason why you want to get it to a boil or close to a boil is because if you don't do this, it separates. And I want to keep this in my refrigerator, you know, to use throughout the summer. You know what I mean? I like to keep barbecue sauce on hand. And you can keep it in your fridge, even with the olive oil. It keeps it a decent texture. But if you don't do this and get it close to a boil, for some reason it separates in the refrigerator. But if you just mix it all together and put it in the fridge, it really doesn't give you the same effect. You need to cook it. So that's it. I'm going to turn the heat off. That took probably 20 minutes, I think. I had it on medium heat. Excuse me. The vinegar in it kind of makes you choke a little bit. So I've taken it off, put it on the, oh, sorry about that, guys. Put it on the next burner just to cool down. I'm going to leave it here for quite a while, you guys, because it's going to take, it takes a long time to cool down. And you really do want it quite cool when you put it in the container. You know, your container is plastic and it will melt it. I've done that any number of times. So I just leave it here to cool. And it locks that heat in. You got to stir it every now and then. You know, when you're puttering around your kitchen, if this is on the back burner cooling, just come stir it, and that releases some of the heat that's inside it. It's a super thick mixture, so I think that's probably why it does that. But anyway, that is it. I'll come back on when it's time to bottle it up. Alright guys, the barbecue sauce is cooled enough, so I'm going to put it in this jar. I'm just going to use a funnel. It's always good to have a few funnels around the house. So I'm just going to bottle it up now. You know, I didn't even measure out the ketchup. I just kind of put some in there, whatever I thought was the right amount. So I hope it's not too much for the bottle. It's really thick. Hope I can do this without knocking over the camera. I'm scraping it so I can get every last little bit. Okay. And it's really good, you guys. It's sweet and delicious. I already tasted it. So it's really good. There we go. There. Okay. So here it is. I got a little over half of the bottle. I probably will put the cover on loosely or not at all. I'll just leave the cover off while it's in the fridge. Just I'm trying to get this in camera for you. So I probably will just put it in the fridge to cool down a tad before I put the cover on. But there you have it, you guys. My barbecue sauce. I gotta tell you, it is April in Maine and our weather is just now starting to warm up. It's in the 40s and 50s and the snow is starting to melt and the sun's shining and I'm getting a hankering for hamburgers. So that's why I made the barbecue sauce today. And tomorrow night, I'm having me a hamburger. All right. Okay guys, so one other thing that I wanted to mention to you that I did this past week when after I made the barbecue sauce. I wanted to show you that this is how I get my Hamburg from my son. This is a pound of Hamburg. So what I do is I thaw this out and I actually just cut it in quarters. And then I grab the quarter and I flatten it out to make a hamburger. Now, excuse me, I didn't have any hamburger buns. And I really don't want to buy any hamburger buns this week because I have a loaf of bread. So I thought, well, how can I use my bread for that? So I took the hamburger and I smashed it so that it fit the square of the bread. And I had a square hamburger. So that worked really well. And I thought that might be something that might save you guys a little too. So anyway, that I just thought you guys might be interested in that. That's just kind of something. I'm always saying work with what you've got. Well, that's what I did. I worked with what I had. You know, if I buy, I'm only one single person, and if I buy a loaf of bread and a package of hamburger buns in 1 week, some of it's going to go bad, and it would just be a waste of money. So anyway, that's how I approached the subject of what can I do with what I have with hamburgers. It was great. I flattened out the hamburger to fit the bread. I used my delicious barbecue sauce. I put a slice of cheese, which is also square, and some lettuce, and there you have it. I had a great hamburger. It was fantastic. Okay, you guys, I hope you like this video. Please excuse my voice. I'm losing it again. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what you guys have for a barbecue sauce recipe. I'd love to know. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day.